Hello friends, it's Terry with Terry's Mailbox, and I'm excited to be participating in an Altenew Educators video hop focused on alcohol markers. Here's the card I made. Again, I'm excited about the frame created from a 3D embossing folder. So again, I heat embossed in gold the two floral images along with the sentiment. This is the stamp I used. This is Wonderland, which is a discontinued, but I love it, and I decided to use it for this hop because of the size of the blooms. I also used this Rock Garden alcohol marker set, and again, you'll see how I embellished the stenciled images. So again, I'm attaching the embossed images onto my larger grip mat, and then I'm attaching the stencils, and I'm going ahead and just using the extra tape on there. So I'm using crisp dye ink, so rose quartz crisp dye ink, and also Volcano Lake to fill in the base images. So once I've got them colored, you'll see how I enhance them with the alcohol markers, coordinating, the colors coordinate. So again, here I'm just filling in with Volcano Lake the stems and the base part. So again, just adding color here. I love this small Altenew tool. Again, it just really helps you work on small spaces. So again, we'll go ahead and add color to the blooms there. So I love how these turned out, and when you add the alcohol markers, it really adds a lot of color. So I always swatch my colors within the sets using a small piece of Cougar cardstock. So again, here I am adding, this is the R603, to just kind of start adding color and dimension into these images. But you can see how well it just kind of enhances the floral blooms. So again, we'll go over here to the smaller blooms and do the same thing. And I'm just kind of using the flick technique to add the color. So then we'll move on to the next color, which is 614. And we're just, again, doing the same thing, not covering as much ground there. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of interest here. And we'll do that on the smaller bloom as well. So again, have you tried doing a stencil base image and then adding alcohol markers to add the texture and dimension? I thought this was a really fun technique. So again, there's that one. So then we'll move on and add a little bit with the turquoise or the Volcano Lake color that's in there. So again, I flip my image over so I can do the flicking technique. So again, this was just too much fun to do. So again, there's not dies with this set, so I ended up just fussy cutting the image. And I like to cut them close to that embossing edge, so I don't have that white border. Again, I just, that just adds extra part to the image. So I wanted to, to get rid of all of that extra white. So you can see I've got those stems, which are very fine. So here's where I embossed that Simple Frame 3D folder on gold cardstock. I thought that was really cool. So then I fussy cut it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the inside out as well. And again, this is all hand cutting, all fussy cutting, but I really love the way this one turned out. So I did a second frame in white so that it would be stronger. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is glue them together. And then I added Altenew foam tape underneath the bottom. I love the Altenew foam tape. Every time it's on sale, I buy more. I think I'm up to 3 extra rolls at this point. But again, it is my favorite go-to foam tape. So again, there is my frame. So what I'm going to do is arrange the blooms there on on top of that. I also embossed a piece of black cardstock in the antique linen 3D folder, and I'm adding the pigment ink splatters, the gold pigment ink, because I thought, well, that's just really gonna make this image pop. So again, here I am with that foam tape. So I'm kind of slicing it down the middle here so that I can use it on that frame. And my plan is to pop that frame up and then add the floral blooms on top of it. So I'm real pleased with the way this card turned out. So again, I've got those 2 skinny pieces of foam tape. So we'll go ahead and work around the perimeter of that frame. So just kind of adding the foam tape here. So they put the foam tape on sale sometimes, and that's when I tend to grab my backstock. So again, that flower is going to go right there, and this one's going to go right there, and then I got a little space there for the short cinnamon. It's not very long. So again, what I ended up doing was to trim it down and then add it to a little background of the gold cardstock, so that I had a little bit of an edge on there. So again, I'm kind of playing with placement here. I don't like that. I'm going to put it inside the frame and on top of the flowers. So again, I kind of trimmed it. Here I am still trimming it down. And so we'll go ahead, and I needed to add foam tape to the back of the bloom so that would pop up evenly with the frame. So again, you kind of got to play around with these things and kind of see where things are fitting and where you need to put the foam tape. So again, I'm going to glue that on there, and again the floral bloom will be on top of that frame. So for right now, I'm pulling off the foam tape protector, and I'm adding white glue onto the bottom. I just like to double glue my foam tape pieces. So again, I'm still kind of playing with this, and I've got a little bit of foam tape on that stem, recognizing that most of it is going to be attached to that to the gold frame. So again, we're still messing with the glue. So we'll get that centered on there. And then the next thing we're going to do is add that smaller bloom on top. So here I am, I'm playing with the sentiment, and you can see I've gold framed it. So I've got to get that smaller bloom on there in a place where I can fit that sentiment on there. So again, I've added a little bit of foam tape to the back of the sentiment. And then pulling off the back protector. And then we'll go ahead and add a little bit of glue. And then we'll go ahead and attach that there in the bottom left-hand side. And then all I need to do now is just add that the sentiment. So again, you can see I've got it edged in gold a little bit. So we'll pop it underneath the corner of that one bloom. And then add a little bit of glue there on the stems, and there we have the final card. So I'm really pleased with the way this one turned out. It's got a pop to it with that black background and the gold frame. So again, it's Terry with Terry's Mailbox. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Blogger, and YouTube. I'd love to have you follow me. And again, this is for the Marker Magic. We have giveaways, so please make comments on all of the YouTube videos. Have a great day.